Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful recap is finally in for Friday, October 24, 2025. In today's episode, Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, doesn't make it easy for Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor plus Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, talks to his family about Luma Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, prison injuries. At Spencer Publications, Bill talks to the family about Luna's prison injuries. Bill thinks the girl got herself attacked on purpose. He wants her to stay there and rot. Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, bring up the baby though? Will changes the subject to Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. The man has clarity now that he's not dying. Bill urges his son to get Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Beth Spencer, Jordan Grace back. Katie thinks that Hope is ready to reunite. Will has always admired LOPE. Bill gushes about their strength as a couple. Bill adds that the Spencer men fight for what they want. At Forrester Creations, Daphne gives Hope and Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang, a new fragrance to try. They love it. They bring up Liam's second chance. Hope adds that it really puts things in perspective for her. Carter gets awkward and exits with Daphne. Brooke questions Hope's feelings for Liam. Deacon Sharp, Shankannon, interrupts and wants to know the answer too. Deacon and Brooke both are sure Carter isn't the one for Hope. When they push about Liam, Hope says she's just trying to stay in the moment. Hope brings up Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown. Hope and Brooke don't want Deacon reuniting with his wife. They argue about Sheila's role in the Luna situation. Sheila is no good for you, Hope declares. The man says love is complicated and exits. Brooke tells Hope not to waste any more time. The girl says things with Liam aren't always easy. The mother thinks that Hope needs to savor her time with Liam and Beth. In another office, Daphne and Carter talk. She wants to know if it was hard to be in the room with Hope. The Kuo says the nose was right all along, it would never have lasted. He was going up against an entire family and Hope's heart will also belong to Liam. Carter has food delivered and gushes about Daphne being incredible. Carter can't believe how beautiful she is. He wants to move on with her. However, Daphne says he'll have to work for it. She won't be second place in anyone's heart. Carter admits he tends to fall for women who need rescuing, but she doesn't need that at all. It's something fresh and exciting to him. They smooch. Friday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful was a symphony of emotion, suspicion, and unexpected clarity. The show pulled together three strong threads: Daphne's fragile health, Bill's dangerous intuition, and Liam's surprising moment of inspiration, and wove them into one of the most quietly powerful hours the soap has delivered all fall. This wasn't a day for chaos or shouting. Rather, it was a day where truth whispered just loud enough to be heard. The Forrester guesthouse had never felt so cold. Daphne sat curled up on the edge of the sofa, a silk throw draped over her shoulders, her foam glowing faintly in the dim light. Her breathing was shallow, her complexion pale. The camera lingered just long enough on her trembling hands to show the truth she was trying desperately to hide. Earlier in the week, Daphne had fainted during a tense conversation with Hope at Forrester Creations. Everyone brushed it off as stress, deadlines, travel, and emotional exhaustion. But Friday's episode revealed the deeper layer. Daphne had received medical test results she hadn't shared with anyone. "You don't tell them yet," she murmured to herself, staring at the message from her doctor. "You don't let them worry." Her reflection in the mirror didn't offer comfort, it offered confrontation. Daphne's face, always poised and confident, now looked vulnerable. For the first time, she was the one being watched, not the one observing others. Enter Finn, who stopped by unannounced, having heard about her episode at work. His medical instincts kicked in immediately. "Finn, you didn't just faint, Daphne. Your body's trying to tell you something. You look pale. This isn't just exhaustion." "Daphne, I'm fine. You of all people should know stress can do strange things." "Finn, stress doesn't alter your pulse rate like that." You got something else going on, and you know it. The tension between them was electric, not romantic but raw and protective. Finn's voice softened as he added, "If you don't tell them, I might have to." That line landed like a thunderclap. Daphne's eyes widened. The fear wasn't of the illness, but of the exposure. She'd spent months curating her image at Forrester. Calm, intelligent, alluring in a subtle way. Weakness didn't fit her narrative. When Finn finally left, Daphne let herself crumble. The letter from her doctor fell to the floor, and we finally saw what it said. Preliminary neurological findings, further testing required. A possible neurological disorder. Something that could explain her dizziness, her headaches, her sudden mood swings. Something that could destroy her carefully balanced world if word got out. She whispered one name, Bill. "Maybe you were right," she said to no one, her voice breaking. "Maybe my instincts weren't enough." Cut to Spencer Publications, where Bill Spencer stood by the window, gazing at the city skyline with that sharp, calculating stare fans know so well. But this wasn't the same Bill who used to bark orders or make reckless threats. This was the version shaped by loss, by regret, and by something more dangerous, instincts that won't turn off. Wyatt had just left after updating him on Luna's upcoming hearing. But even as business swirled around him, Bill couldn't shake a gut feeling that had been eating at him all week. He called Justin Barber, his old right-hand man. "Bill, do me a favor, quietly check into Daphne Moretti. I don't mean background checks or credit history, I mean recent activity. Doctors, travel, unusual calls. Something's off with her." "Justin, you think she's hiding something?" "Bill, no, I know she is. The question is why." The way Don Diamond delivered that line was textbook Spencer Steele, confident, deliberate, laced with care beneath the arrogance. Later, when Katie dropped by to bring him papers for a foundation event, Bill's softer side peeked through. "Katie, you look like you're chasing ghosts again. Is this about business or someone else?" "Bill, let's just say my radar's humming, and I've learned not to ignore it. Last time I did, I almost lost everything." Katie sighed, understanding more than she said. Bill's radar was famous, the same gut instinct that made him a billionaire and occasionally a hero. When he spoke about Daphne, his voice dropped. "Bill, she's not a threat. But she's in trouble, and I don't like watching people drown in silence." That line resonated, a callback to the Bill who once saved Liam from himself, who stood up for Steffi when everyone else doubted her. The man who could bulldoze a room with confidence but still show empathy when it mattered. Bill wasn't just protecting Daphne, he was chasing something redemption-shaped. While Bill was playing detective and Daphne was spiraling, Liam Spencer found himself in an unexpectedly peaceful place. A coffee shop, sketchbook in hand. Yes, Liam was drawing. Hope had encouraged him to find something creative to do while waiting for Beth's upcoming school project presentation. And for the first time in ages, Liam wasn't overthinking, he was simply observing life. The show used a clever montage. Liam watching a young couple laugh, an elderly woman smile at her phone, a father tie his daughter's shoelaces. The camera cut between those images and quick flashes of Liam's sketches, moments of connection, drawn in pencil and emotion. Then came a surprising visit, Finn. The two men, usually at odds, shared a quiet coffee table scene that hinted at something rare. Understanding. "Finn, you've got a good eye. You ever think about putting this into something more lasting?" Liam. "Like what? A gallery for reformed Spencer sons?" Finn, chuckling, "No, man. Something like advocacy. Art with purpose. You've been through a lot. Maybe it's time to turn that pain into something good." Liam stared at him for a long beat, then nodded slowly. "You sound like Steffi," he admitted. "Always saying pain has a purpose." Finn smiled faintly. "Maybe she's right." The writers used this exchange to plant a seed. Liam starting something new, possibly a charity initiative combining art therapy and emotional recovery for trauma survivors. A subtle but powerful direction for a character who's often lost in love triangles. After Finn left, Liam's phone buzzed with a message from Bill. Need to talk. Tonight. Urgent. The connection between their storylines became clear. Bill's instincts about Daphne were about to pull Liam into something that could reshape them both. By evening, the three threads, Daphne's secret, Bill's suspicion, and Liam's inspiration, began to converge. At Bill's mansion, a fire crackled as Liam arrived. Liam, you said urgent. Please don't tell me it's about another takeover. Bill, it's not business, it's personal. Daphne already. You've been around her, noticed anything off? Liam hesitated, then nodded. Yeah, she looked pale today at Forrester. I thought it was the lighting. Guess it wasn't. Bill poured a drink but didn't take a sip. I don't want to make assumptions, but I think she's sick. And hiding it. The last time I ignored my instincts about someone's health, it nearly cost me. I won't do that again. There was something profoundly human in that moment. Bill, who's usually bulletproof, openly admitting his fear of being too late again. Then came a knock. Daphne. Pale but poised, she entered, clutching her coat. Daphne. I didn't come for sympathy, Bill, or secrets. I came because I heard you've been asking questions. Bill didn't flinch. And what if I have? Daphne. Then you should stop. Some things don't need to be fixed. They just need to be faced. The room went still. Liam's expression softened. He saw something in her eyes, the same haunted look he'd once seen in Steffi after she lost her child. Liam, you don't have to do this alone, Daphne. Whatever it is, Daphne. It's not your problem, Liam. Not yet. That not yet landed heavily. When Daphne left moments later, Bill's jaw tightened. She's lying, he muttered. And I think she's scared out of her mind. Back home, Liam sat by Beth's sleeping form and reflected on the day. He remembered Daphne's trembling hands, Bill's instincts, Finn's encouragement. It all started to fit together, this theme of listening to what people don't say. He opened his sketchbook again, and this time he drew Daphne. Fragile, beautiful, lost in thought, surrounded by shadows. Underneath, he wrote one word, silence. He didn't know it yet, but this piece would become the foundation of his new project, an art exhibit titled Unspoken, inspired by those who hide their pain behind perfection. For Liam, it wasn't about romantic redemption or corporate glory. It was about purpose. For once, he wasn't trying to fix anyone, he was just trying to see them. Meanwhile, Daphne returned to her suite at the Beverly Wilshire. The lights were low, the city glowing outside her window. She took out her phone and played back a voicemail from her doctor. Doctor. Daphne, please call back. We need to schedule a neurological MRI immediately. The symptoms you described could indicate progression. Don't delay. Her breath caught. The letter had hinted at it, but hearing the word progression shattered her composure. Tears welled up as she sank to the floor, whispering, not now, not when everything's finally falling into place. Then her phone buzzed again, a text from Bill. If you need help, I'm here. No questions. The scream blurred through her tears. For a woman who had built walls, those 5 words felt like salvation. Back at Spencer Publications, Bill sat in his office long after everyone else had gone. He reread Daphne's file, not her financials, but her charity records, her volunteer work, her hospital donations. He realized something. Daphne had quietly funded a neurological research center 6 months earlier. Bill, to himself. So this isn't just coincidence. You've been preparing for this. The scene ended with Bill staring out the window again, the skyline glowing beneath him. His instincts were sharper than ever, but this time they weren't about competition. They were about compassion, the kind that once cost him, but also defined him. Hang in there, Daphne, he whispered. You don't have to fight this alone. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Biology and Beauty Fuel UPDATE YouTube channel for more update news.